We are back with another pro player point of view. This game we're going with grass, so it's still grass versus the Mister. This is the final round of the Red Bull qualifiers. The winner of this joins Recon in Spain for the grand finals. So I said that I was going to watch the Mister, but then I saw one of them pick Freyr or Frey, and I'm not sure which one it was up until I loaded it into the game, and it turns out that it's grass. And I just really want to see what a high-level Frey pick looks like. We've seen it on the ladder, but obviously that wouldn't be against maybe some of the best opponents, or maybe it was just people trying things out, even if it's a high-level player. So I just want to see. Also, I think it's nice to watch the Mister, then grass, and then maybe we'll watch the Mister for the next game. But I want to see what Frey does. Now, he hasn't got any of these early economic upgrades, which is really interesting. Because watching some of Soup's build orders, he's made like a crazy fast build order for Frey, where you advance quite quick and you get your pickaxe and hand axe. I think it's both of them. Because the thing about Frey is he is the newest god, and he gets cheaper upgrades. Unfortunately, I can't actually hover them, something with a spectator, but he gets cheaper upgrades, but they take so much longer to actually research. So something that's 40 seconds actually ends up taking 100 seconds. So it's so much slower, but I believe it's half price. So it's absolutely crazy. The Mister just used Spy, and we know that also from Grass's perspective, because it actually tells you now. I'm not sure who it was on because I was kind of yakking, but I assume it was on the Berserk. Oh, excuse me. Because I don't think he's popped his head in the base. So what kind of build is he actually going for? So he is going for a villager on the gold, which is interesting. Because what I've sort of known from other players, and also when I've been trying to create builds myself, is that dwarves gather gold so much faster. So you just want to get dwarves out ASAP. But maybe it seems like grass wants extra gold, because you can't get a fourth dwarf and then the temple down at a decent time to still advance for a 4-minute advance time, or even a 4:15, I think. So maybe he's actually doing this because he wants to get an earlier temple and then an extra dwarf, or apparently an extra 2 dwarfs. So this is going to be, so it's a 4:15. So clicking up at the 3:15 mark. So I don't think he actually had to have this villager on the gold, but maybe he just wanted extra gold for whatever reason. I say he is obviously a much better player than me, and he will have an absolute rhyme and reason to do it. So yeah, he is getting the one more dwarf out for the 4:15. Being Frey, you're more defensive, so you absolutely want to advance later. I'm not sure what he's clicking up through. He hasn't actually clicked yet. He decided to go through Freyr, which is an interesting choice. Normally, we see Frey players going through Ula, because obviously he's the new minor god, and a lot of people have been playing him because he gets his Asgardian Bastion, which gives you access to Huskell and siege weapons in the classical age, which can be extremely strong. But maybe he doesn't want to do that against Loki. I mean, Freyr is a very strong pick for raiding, because you get the Valkyrie, you get the tech to get faster raiders. So it looks like the Mister's doing a little bit of a forward base, well scouted by Grass. Let's see if there's any good relics. I mean, these are going to be picked up by the Mister because he's got his heroes here. But a trickle of gold, you definitely can't go wrong with. Extra wall hit points, not really important in the Norse mirror. You're only going to see a couple of cheeky walls. There isn't really a good spot for it. You might see them on the back of the gold mines. Something that some of these high-level players like to do is wall the back, and then if you get raided, you can just run through there, and then your villagers are perfectly safe, rather than doing a wall here and a wall here and costing a lot more resources. But this is the strength of picking Freyr, is you can just run in with your Valkyrie. Valkyries are very strong, and if your opponent isn't paying attention, you can definitely get some kills. It seems like the Mister's sat here with his troll, and if Grass doesn't get out a couple of hearses, this is going to cause some real problems. Again, something that's good with Frey is to get your watchtowers upgrade really early, because it's super cheap, but it takes ages to sort out there. The Mister's got a Hearser back, as you'd expect any high-level player to do there. Expecting, as soon as he saw Freyr, he would have had the Hearser back there ready. And then this is similar to what I was saying. A wall here for later, would have been for later. But you don't see big walls, but you are seeing a few, so maybe it would be worth getting this wall upgrade. Looks like he's done a forest fire, and he think he will get one pick. Nice. So a nice safe wood line for the Mister taken away, and a cheeky villager pick. It looks like the Mister will get one villager pick back. He's definitely not going to let that one go with that raider if he can help it. Some nice micro by grass, though. That was actually really unlucky. That was some really nice micro to take him around his own units to make the path for the Mister much further to go. That's just one of those really cute little micro tricks that is very hard to pull off. It looks very easy, but it isn't. And it looks like he's getting a couple of picks here, which is really nice. You're getting the fast units up against the slower units there. The Mister seemed to pull them away together, which was a little bit strange. But I think it's because he was baiting grass into this fight. Grass doesn't have any throwing axemen. Actually, he has one throwing axeman there. It'd be a good idea to get some of these raiders onto the throwing axeman there. He does have a Valkyrie. Valkyrie's super strong during this fight, as long as the hearses are taken care of. If he can get out with some low HP units, he would absolutely win this fight because he has the Valkyrie to heal them back up. And that was a big fight, which means that he can probably get another Valkyrie out. And I absolutely would. I think it's definitely worth it if you have the food to get the extra Valkyrie out. Because the Valkyrie can heal up the other Valkyrie, and you basically have these strong healing raiders. Valkyrie's so strong. But he was a little bit behind after that fight, but it looks like the raiders are going to go try and pick off some straggler units. Really good use of that there. Big raid from the Mister, though. Unfortunately, army out of position. It's just something where if you have some villagers hunting or gathering gold out, you want to be making sure that you're going to be able to defend those. It was really quickly pulled back, though, so he knew that his army was out of position and that he was out there, and it was a little bit sketchy. I think he only lost one or two there. I think maybe one, because he lost one earlier. So not the end of the world, but obviously not something that you would want to do, especially in a mirror matchup. Obviously, this isn't Loki versus Loki or Frey versus Frey, but it is a Norse mirror, and in a mirror, you want to be as equal to your opponent as possible, eco-wise. Now that's the Loki bonus for you. Gets a myth unit spawn from just a couple of whacks, but got some fast units here, so absolutely nothing to worry about. Really nice micro trick there. If he can run this really low HP one away back to the raiding Freyers, that definitely isn't it. Back to the Valkyries, and he'll be absolutely fine. What the Mister's doing too is really nice micro to just target one, and it snares it, so it just slows it down, meaning it isn't quite as fast, and that is a way to pick one off. Even though they are the exact same unit with the exact same speed. It's snared for a while. Yeah, unfortunately, that was a really nice pick for the Mister. But these low HP ones, he did get the second Valkyrie out. It's always a good play, especially in the Norse mirrors. Not so much versus Loki, because he likes to get those hearses out. I mean, kind of historically on the Titans. He needs to stop these units, though. Oh, free favor to kill the houses, though. No, he doesn't. I think you get favor from attacking buildings, or have they... No, they took that out. Ignore me. I couldn't remember whether they got free favor for attacking buildings, but it's just units now. On the Titans or Extended Edition, you would have absolutely got favor for that, but that's been taken out. I forgot about that bit. Oh, swig of tea from my Jolteon mug. So sitting in his base, something that Frey likes to do. I don't like that he hasn't got these upgrades. They're so cheap, and they take so long to research. So if he wants, say he wants them now, he would have had to think about it 2 minutes ago. It's annoying that I can't hover it, but they're so cheap. He's got the resources and more, but the thing is, when you're playing a strong player like the Mister, you have to pay attention to so many things that you won't be paying attention to things like that. Nice bit of micro here to get onto the throwing axeman with the raiding cavalry and the Valkyries. He's also got the Valkyries away from the hearses for the most part. He's getting a little bit torn up, though. Yeah, unfortunately, the Mister's micro is just too good in that fight. I think the main thing here was he needed to protect the hunt, and I think he knew that he did. He was just healing up his units with the Valkyrie, but it would have been better to do it over there. Just one of those really small things that maybe you don't think about. You're like, oh, I need to heal, need to be next to the temple. The other thing is just not using Frey's bonuses. Um, maybe Odin was banned, maybe Thor was banned, and he was like, oh, I want to play Norse, so I'm going to play Frey. But it looked like he didn't have a free special Frey build order. He was making it work though, and I think there were some really nice micro tricks from Grass though, and I think if there were just a couple, I think if this fight would have, I don't know, I don't know whether he could, I don't know if he could have won this fight. Medium cavalry, medium throwing axeman, really good game either way. Definitely going to want to watch the next one. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one.